In the scripture we read in the Acts of the Apostles that the followers of Jesus were very excited after Jesus had ascended into heaven to preach the good news. But people were very upset. People in authority were very upset with them and wanted to stifle them preaching this message of Jesus being God and the good news that he preached. They even put the followers of Christ in jail. They even whipped them. But there was a statement that one of the apostles said that was very, very important for us today. And it's, we've got to follow the law of God rather than the law of man. Wow, what does that mean? In our own world, we know that we must be law-abiding citizens, and yet sometimes there are laws that go against our conscience, go against what we believe. For example, we can struggle with abortion. We can struggle with the way the poor are being taken care of. We can struggle with the way the elderly are taken care of, even the thought of putting them off and allowing them to die. We can be very much concerned in our own conscience about the death penalty. We can be concerned about the war. So there's all kinds of laws, there's all kinds of directions that go that are contrary to what we feel and believe. And so what should we do? Should we totally disregard a country, leave a country, not follow their laws? No, the message is we follow the law. But whenever our conscience calls us to something, we are called to make decisions and try as best we can to make that decision something that affects the rest of the world, the rest of the people with whom we live. And so when it comes to abortion, I might be opposed to abortion, but I've got to express that opposition in strong ways. I might protest. I might choose a certain person that I will vote for. I might even be able to write letters and try to be verbal in getting groups together. If I find that there is a real injustice with the war, I may do similar things of really fighting to try to find the way of peace in the world and move away from war. What's the simple solution for this contrast between the law, which we must follow, and the conscience that we feel? Well, first of all, we must cultivate that conscience. I must read the Bible. I must pray and must listen to God speaking in my heart and then respond to that. I must then look at the life of Jesus as a follower of Christ. I must try to follow that example of Christ as he moved in the lives of people, as he praised his Father. And I must try to have a similar attitude and a similar way of acting as Christ did in this. Again, living in a legal world, but trying as best I can to be a leaven, trying to be a change that brings about the fullness and goodness of what Christ wants.